Grassroots Media.
At this time, students that go to the Green Technology Center or ROTC in the afternoon need to be dismissed to go to the cafeteria to eat lunch.
Right on time.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, TMB, BNT, whatever you want to refer to that show, presented by Starnes Barber, where we cover everything on the court with the North Green Husky basketball teams. As always, I'm joined here with Lady Huskies head coach James Buchanan, Huskies head coach Sam Tarlton. Got the Red Bull out. I thought
Tyler Getz.
Hey, he wouldn't want to text you back.
Yeah, you didn't text back.
Y'all were texting so much in that group chat, I literally had to take my Apple Watch off and lay it down.
Must be a West Greene thing, Coach.
You think it was?
Must be a West Greene thing. Didn't you go to West Greene, Tyler?
What she want? Sure.
Take a picture.
Hey, I got lunch duty today.
Short show.
Short show.
30 minutes.
We got into everything last week. College football, pro basketball.
We went too long last week, so we got to go real short this week.
We need to do our NFL picks because I got one right that I think y'all got wrong.
I did terrible.
I was terrible.
I did pretty good, not great. I don't have it pulled up. I should have had that ready.
Well, Sam Darnold looked like the regular Sam
I'm
Darnold
telling you, I
last
called that one. All right. The first game was Saturday afternoon.
night. You got him right now?
Who was Saturday afternoon?
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I missed that one.
And the Texans, and then the Ravens and the Steelers. So we all got the Chargers.
We all got
wrong.
Ravens.
We all got the Ravens right. We all got the Chargers wrong. And then on Sunday, we all got the Bills right.
Okay.
Now, the NFC is where we were all
Wrong, except me.
You got the Rams
Yes, I did.
and the Eagles.
Yes, I did.
So you're ahead right now. But
That's right.
Sam had the Vikings, Commanders, Eagles. So, no, he had two also. I'm the one that did terrible.
I missed the Commanders.
I had the Packers, Bucks, Vikings.
we're tied,
I got all three wrong.
I missed the Bucks, and I missed the Chargers.
That was just a stupid pick by me taking the Vikings. First off, Rams already beat them this year.
Bad.
And then, how did I not know Darnold was going to be Darnold? He sucked.
Anyway, now let's go ahead and do this real quick.
How
Let's
many
just do
points
the
are we
next
going
round.
for the first round? Did we do points in
Hey,
the previous
look
ones?
what I did for our college football thing. And this, I don't know how you want to score it, but I just did the minimum. 1 point if you got one of them right. 2, because, the value has to increase. And then 3. So if you do it that way, Tyler was dead last. 5 points. Me and Sam both got 7. Notre Dame saved me.
So you got a tie.
So we tied. Neither one of us can get any more because nobody picked the champion. So
I don't remember how we did it in previous years with the NFL.
if we do the NFL the same way, we can do 1 point for the first round.
Just go up point around.
2
Just
points
1, 2,
second
3.
round. Yeah.
All right.
Now we'll text
so
each other.
So far, you've got what, 4 each? No, 5.
You wanna just go ahead and
5
pick 'em?
each.
What was it? 6 games?
And
Was there
y'all
6 total
you
games?
got 5 each,
Yeah.
right? So it's 5 to
4.
3.
I got 4. I missed the Chargers and I missed the Bucks. Who beat the Chargers?
That is right. You got the Chargers, yeah, and the Bucks.
Who was it beat the Chargers?
Houston.
All right.
Houston, Texas.
So I missed Houston and I missed Washington.
So you've each got 4,
Yeah. Hey, did you got
and I've
4?
only got 2.
All right.
It's a big week for you then.
Yeah, you better get a big comeback. I tell you the one that I'm torn over. I'm gonna have to think hard. Bills and Ravens.
Are we thinking it right now, or are we just texting it in?
We'll text it in. I'm gonna have to do some thinking. Bills and Ravens. I'm not prepared. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
I feel like we'll all have the same picks except that game.
You want me to shock the world right now? Houston over Kansas City.
Not happening.
You heard it here.
You picked Miami over Kansas City last year too.
Well, just get ready, boys. Just get ready.
Hey, what's the other games?
That's the NFC. All right, there's some good games there too. You've got. It ended up being
If
Philly.
anybody was going to upset somebody, I could see it being the Rams. But I don't think they'll beat Detroit. I think it's Detroit.
They play Philly.
Oh, they play Philly?
Yeah.
Well, I can see that happening.
Who does the Rams?
Yeah. They
Yeah,
play
so
at
Washington goes to Detroit.
Philly. Yeah. That'll be one of the wackiest games ever.
All right, we need to think
You
about
won't
that.
see a single punt in that game.
All right, no more NFL. We got to think. Anything we want to talk about NBA? That's something I want to talk about.
I know you want to talk about. You don't want to talk about the
LA
NBA.
says we're going to dedicate this game to all the victims of these fires, and then they got blowed out.
Well, the thing is, I'm not kidding, Coach. At the end of the third quarter, there's about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Christie hits a 3 to put them up 10. I'm watching. I'm like, oh, they got this. And then it just I'd like to know the score from then on. It's obliterated. I mean, they turned the ball over every time up the court.
Well, you know what? If the man retires, then that opens up a boatload of cash where they can maybe sign a free agent and just start over. And I've said this to Sam. There are times that you watch Anthony Davis play and you are thrilled that he's on your roster. There are other times you watch him play and you wish he goes far away. He just has no energy. Sam said he played like he was just sleepwalking last night.
Coach read off his stat line. Yeah,
he was like 30 and 18.
Well, it was the craziest 30 and 18 I ever seen. He just walks up and down the floor.
I don't know. Maybe I'm about done with it. I don't know. I've had so many people through the years say, "Oh, I can't even stand to watch the NBA." I'm about to figure out why.
He's about to be back on when they get De'Aaron Fox.
If we can pull the Fox trade, I'm back in.
Big De'Aaron Fox man over there.
Nah, I can't
I've not heard any of those rumors yet. Are they true?
It's fading because now they're doing good.
I hadn't heard
they fired
that
that coach, and now they're like 5-1.
That always happens for like 10 games, and it goes right
We'll
back
see.
to it.
We'll see how.
The Lakers are always one of those teams. They always talk about the trades, but a lot of times they don't go through with them.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether.
Oh, nobody wants to do them no favors because everybody hates
DeRozan
them.
was rumored to go there.
Everybody hates them.
Bradley Beal was rumored to go there.
Now that's picking up steam because I think they
wouldn't mind
benched him.
that. I wouldn't mind that.
I think Phoenix benched him.
He fits in
They
good
did
with
bench
LeBron.
him.
Yeah,
Fits in good with LeBron.
we'll see. All right, let's talk about something we know even less about. High school basketball.
I'm surprised you didn't want to talk about something else.
What else is it? Oh, Tennessee and Texas.
I'm shocked you didn't bring that up.
I already brought it up in my.
I wasn't happy with
Roundabout
either
way.
team's performance. It wasn't a very good basketball game. Even if Texas won, I don't think I could have bragged about it too much. It wasn't a great game.
It brought back. I'll tell you what it did for me. It brought back all those fears or stereotypes about Tennessee offense. It just looked like we couldn't
It's
score.
gonna be games like that, boys.
And then I got to figuring, okay, who is a lineup that we can put on the floor that can score? And by golly, they rode that lineup. Sam said the second best player on the team didn't play the last 10 minutes. Which
he
may be true.
He may be third.
He can't go get nothing, though.
Does everything, Coach. Neither can Dubar. He just shoots threes.
Well, all right, he'll get something in between every now and
I
then.
do not like. I'll give you this about Milicic. He catches it as a trailer in secondary or in the transition offense, and I don't know if he's been told not to take that three. He's got to start taking it.
Yeah,
He pump fakes it every
passing
time.
it up all the time.
Yeah, he's got to shoot it.
If
I
it's
just-
going in, he's shooting like 20%, or he was.
Coach was saying he don't like Ziegler. Coach don't like Ziegler.
I love Ziegler. How can you not like with the energy and everything? I'm just saying.
If he's gonna be your second scorer, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
he dribbles the ball more than any person. I told Sam the other day he leads the SEC in dribbles.
May lead the nation.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good place to have it, though.
yeah. I just don't know that.
I agree with you and that guy said it calling the game. He said if Ziegler's got to close it out before he's scoring, that's the games Tennessee loses. He's right.
Yeah. That's old Dane, wasn't it?
I like Dane Bradshaw.
Dane Bradshaw, former ball.
You know who played
VFL.
for Tennessee, don't you?
Who?
Bruce Pearl was there.
Yeah, Chris
Dane-
Lofton.
Dane
I
Bradshaw.
remember Chris Lofton. I don't remember Dane Bradshaw.
Oh, he's a glue guy.
White guy, you know.
Glue guy, yeah.
Yeah. He would have been the only white guy on the floor.
He's
if
poor
that
man.
helps.
He's poor man's Milicic.
Good old Dane. All right, sorry, Texas.
Sorry.
What are y'all trying to get on offense other than this some kind of crazy isolation shot?
Well, yeah, that's what they said they try to just set some screens until you get a matchup you like, and then go play one-on-one.
That's NBA.
And here they are shooting these long twos and these contested twos. And I'm thinking everybody wants you to shoot those shots. To their credit, they hit a lot of them.
They're a good shooting team, but I mean, when you're a shooting team like
You
that,
think you can put six together like that in the NCAA tournament?
no, I don't think they make it.
See,
I don't think they make it.
I think you
If
got
they get out of the month of January with 2 wins, it'll be a success. Because I've told you the schedule. You play A&M, Auburn, Tennessee, Florida, A&M, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Missouri in the month. That's 7 ranked matchups right there, and the one that's not a ranked matchup is a rivalry matchup from the Big 12. So if you get out with 2 wins in that schedule, it's a success. And the month of January itself will probably ruin their chances to make the tournament anyway. They would have to have a really good showing in March in the SEC tournament.
If he don't make the tournament, is he on the hot seat?
I think he's already on the hot seat. Fans have already started to talk about it. At the time, whenever Chris Beard was fired, it was an emotional hire, and they won the Big 12 championship that season, and it looked like a good hire. Last year, he took a step back, and then this year, moving to the SEC, seems like he's taking another step back. So I like Rodney Terry. If he goes, he goes. I don't know if he's right.
He was assistant on Barnes' staff there, right?
That's what they were saying at the game the other night.
What was I going to say? I tell you what, I don't like Kentucky, but golly, watching their offense, that's beautiful.
I like Mark Pope.
He got that 5-out stuff. That's what I try to do, and they do it like it's perfect.
I'll tell you who done it pretty good the other day at UH. It was the North Greene Huskies.
Let's talk about it. Let's go right into high school ball. 2 sweeps to talk about. We got a good week to talk about.
Had a good week.
Sullivan East here on
We've had some
Tuesday night
scheduling issues here.
We have had some. Let's talk about that first. Of course, West Greene on Saturday was postponed due to weather.
Yep.
Been moved to this Saturday, so we'll talk about it in the back half.
Okay.
I guess we've already talked about it, so we don't talk about it anymore. And then Hancock County, I don't know if you'll ever be able to play them this year.
We've got it on the schedule.
With them.
February 8th.
It's been on the schedule for 5 years. We ain't played much.
We're going to play them one of these days.
Did you play them one time last year?
I played them one. It's always, never mind, I ain't going to start. Go ahead.
February 8th. February 8th.
February 8th.
Is the makeup date. The first makeup date from when we missed the game with them back in December is February 3rd on a Monday. So we're going to play them twice in the same week.
Where you got over under one of them being played?
I don't know. And the way it's going, I'm going to take the under, but I don't know. We'll see how February goes. We might get hit with another.
If we get hit with any more weather, we can probably forget that.
Is there going to be more weather next week?
I don't know. I hope not.
It's what they're projecting, but I don't know if it's going to hit us.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if it's going to hit us.
I don't start that.
Everybody gets excited around here when you think you're going to get a snow day, except us.
That's how it always is. The adults dread it and the kids love it.
Lily at home's always like, we got out, you didn't get out. I said I did the same thing, whether I'm in or out.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the schedule covered. Now we got to move into. We going to review or we going to preview?
You got to review, then we preview.
Let's review. Sullivan East
here at home on Tuesday.
All right. I don't know what the record is. I think it's 1 and something.
I think it was whenever I checked before the game.
And I can't imagine there being a better 1-win team, at least on my schedule. They very talented. They've got a post player that can score inside. They got a point guard who can handle and attack, score. They've got this terrible matchup because she's a big kid that can post. She can also step out and shoot the three. She banked in a couple threes in here the other night. And she can take you off the dribble, elevate, shoot over you. So, we didn't have our best performance on offense. We had some turnover issues, and we didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Or at least some of the people that have been shooting it well didn't. And it was one of those things where you've got a kid off the floor because they're not playing well, but that's maybe your stronger defender, especially on the girl that, I think she ended up 22 points. So, but it circled back there at the end. We were able to get Lauren back on the floor. She didn't play her best, but she closed it out right defensively. Went in the locker room after it was over with, really bragged on her because, you're going to have games where things don't go your way. Turn it over a little bit, miss a few shots, but she didn't throw a big pity party and pout about, not getting to play as much. she just went out there and tried her ever-loving best to slow that girl down late. And that kind of fueled a little run that we had there in the fourth where we ended up winning by 10, but I think we're losing at the half and we're tied going into the fourth. So, got to
stretched it out about 3 minutes left. I remember that was the point that I looked over to their bench and you could kind of see, I don't know the word to use for it, but
air come out of their sail.
Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't desperate. It was sort of desperation, but I think they had realized at some point, it's gone up to a point that we won't be able to reach. Because you had done well on the free throw line that game, I believe.
Yes, we shot
even
well.
If they did start fouling you, I think
I
the back of their
all in
mind,
the fourth.
they knew that even if they started fouling, that they would probably still have to be forced to shoot a lot of outside shots.
Mercy had a big game.
She did.
It seems like
Career
every
highs
time
in
we
points and threes.
Yeah, we had we'd get down by, I think at one point we got down by 7.
Second quarter.
Yeah.
At the house, did you ever decide who had the better game?
We went home and we talked about this. Mercy had a career high, 20 points. She hit 6 threes. So I hate to name that other team. That'd be kind of mean. Grace, at one point in her career, she hit 7 threes, but the opponent wasn't as strong, and it wasn't a close game. So I went home and I asked him, I said, all right, would you rather have the family record of most threes in a game,
That's probably you.
which would be 7,
What's
or
your record? It's a family record.
I hit 6 in a game in high school, I hit
So
7
Grace-
in a game in college.
Okay. So Grace does have the family record.
So me and Grace are tied for the family record. Would you rather have the family record, but the 2 times that 7 were hit, the score was lopsided.
Okay.
Mercy hit her 6 in a tight game that was basically the deciding factor. So, and Mercy, in true Mercy fashion, well, of course, you'd rather have my 6 in a close game than you're all 7 in a blowout. So, anyway, we had a little fun with that night. We were just excited to get out with a win.
Great third quarter.
Yeah.
We talked about that after the game. Before Cadence's baseline jumper there at the buzzer, Mercy had all 9 of your points in the third. And I think, like you mentioned, you went into the fourth tied. So if she doesn't have that big of a performance, how much are you trailing by going into the fourth?
Oh,
You have to think
man,
about that.
And the important thing is that we're finding out that we're not just what is it they call it, a one-trick pony or whatever.
One-dimensional team.
One-dimensional. I mean, these people are determined that they're going to take Hannah out of the game. I mean, we're seeing zones that are packed in around her. We're seeing teams send 2, sometimes 3 people as soon as she catches it in the post. I mean, if you give her time and she can make post moves, she can score on anybody. But they're not giving her any time. As soon as she's catching it, she's getting swarmed. So she's having to step out and make some shots from the perimeter, which she's fully capable of doing. We're trying to encourage her to hit the offensive glass and score that way. Maybe get out in transition. But these teams that are just determined to not let her score, it's all right. I mean, we got other ways of doing things. So anyway, that was good. And then the UH game, not a very good start defensively. I think they scored more in the first quarter than they scored the rest of the game. But we kind of settled in defensively, and we did start off shooting the ball well, or we'd have probably had a deficit early. And the impressive part in that game was Josie. She just was very active.
I got a question. Why do you think that is? Because I've been on, even, I'm not talking bad about UH, but even teams of mine, I had a little kids team do this. Why is when the talent's kind of lopsided, do you think it's close at the beginning?
Sometimes I think it's because your kids take chances because they understand that, throughout the course of this game's going to be a long game. And throughout the course of this game, we're probably at some point going to pull ahead. So let's toy around here at the beginning and take a few chances that we normally wouldn't take. Maybe it's just lack of focus. Sometimes it's probably lack of, maybe you don't think your opponent's capable. So you just let off and let them try things, and then sure enough, they stick a few in your face. But there's probably a variety of reasons for that. And University High will be better. That's a guarantee. They have a very good player, arguably their best. If not their best, it would be probably top 2. And she was injured earlier in the week and didn't play against us. So I know that had them out of sorts as well. So just happy to get out with 2 wins there last week. That's it. I'm done.
You had 2 wins also. Picked up another sweep. We talked after the Sullivan East game. You would probably agree it's one of your best, if not the best, defensive performances all year outside of that fourth quarter. Shut them down for the first 3 quarters in that Sullivan East game. Then you move into a game at UH, which is a very important game. I think a lot of people, most people, would say that they expect you two to be 1 and 2 in the conference this year. And then you go in to their place to play your first conference game, come out with a big win. How happy were you with the week that you had last week?
It was a good week for us. It was a really good week defensively. I think we kept both teams under 50. Is that right?
Yep, 37-46.
Anytime you can do that against, capable opponents, you're really guarding. So hats off to our kids. I think they're really doing a good job about locking in on scout and knowing exactly, there's certain people we want shooting, certain people we don't. Then even the good ones, you want them to take a certain type of shots. They're doing a really good job about giving up the right kind of shots. They're doing a really good job about not fouling. We had a hard time with that at the start of the year. We'd force people that we, maybe wanting to drive in there and shoot something up because they don't really have much chance of hitting it. And then we'd foul them, give them 2 free throws. So that's something we really shored up. So our defense has been great. And then I think, I got to mention Lance. He had a really good week last week. Probably his best week while he's been here at North Greene. I think he scored 24 both games. I think against UH he had 9 rebounds. I think Tyler had 14 against East, and then Lawson had 14 against University High. So our other 2 guys right there had big nights. And then, man, Thomas is really coming along. Thomas and Yeshua. Yeshua, you can tell every game he's starting to get his basketball legs kind of back. I think he took a year off, and it took him a while, but starting to play really, really well, especially defensively, giving us good minutes off the bench. Then I was kind of asking Thomas there early. He kind of got thrusted into a role he wasn't quite, I don't think, prepared for or ready for, and that's guarding the other team's best player. And I think I mentioned this. He was getting fooled a lot as far as, trying to steal it or shooting a gap here or coming off his feet here. He's really been disciplined the last week. He done a great job on Andrew Cole. I think had 6. So anytime you can hold a player that's that good.
Averaging 20, I think.
Yeah, so he done a great job on it. You got to guard a guy like that with 5 guys, so we had good help and all that. But at the end of the day, Thomas and Yeshua, done a pretty good job on him. Jaden, he made them pay. They were kind of sagging off of him. University High game, and he had 7 in the first half. 7 big points there for us. This is something he's going to be capable of, I think. Maybe he'll start playing a little bit more confidence offensively. And then, I guess Isaac, all those guys that are getting in. Havoc played a lot of minutes against Sullivan East, giving us good minutes. So we got to continue to get better. I think there's some stuff offensively we can do better, especially at the end of games. I think we're up 25 against East and let it get down to 13. Then had a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter. I think it got to 6 at one point against UH. So it's like, I don't know. It's hard. I think there's a gray area there between being too passive and, being too aggressive. So I don't think you can completely stop trying to score, especially when there's 3 or 4 minutes left. But I don't think you need to maybe take the first one you get any 2. So I don't know. Me and my dad sit there and argue about that. He's like 1985, put it in a TP, Charlie Bayless, you know what I'm talking about? And then I'm like...
4 corners.
Yeah, that's Dean Smith, Charlie Bayless. They won about the same amount of games.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I'm like, we're going to turn it over, so might as well shoot it. I know that ain't the right answer anyway. So we really practiced that yesterday. Hopefully it gets a little better.
I got to ask, a few weeks ago we came in here and we talked about favorite technicals. Tyler Britton got a pretty funny technical on Tuesday night against Sullivan East.
Yeah.
Is that now up on the list of some of your favorite technicals?
I don't think any time a player gets one is my favorite. Now,
that was a funny one, though, because the officials didn't know, but...
I seen what he was doing, and then when, I guess it was Chase...
that called it.
Yeah, and when he come over there, and I kind of pointed and told him what was going on, I'm going to blame Jason, because he had all his buddies over there, and they were agging Tyler on. So, I guess Tyler hit one and looked up, and it was mostly the other 2 Tusculum guys are there doing whatever they're doing, And Tyler turned around at them and shot him I don't know what he did, but shot him whatever he shot.
Well, the ref think he was doing it at their bench.
Well, their coach, as Chase was going by, I think, said, hey, he's taunting, and then, so it was, and then he came over there and he said, Coach, he can't do that to their bench. And I said, well, I get it, and I see what you're saying, but, he's doing it to his brother and those guys right behind him. He said, oh, well, you still can't do that. And I said, I agree. So, I don't know. That's something we definitely can't do in a close game.
No, but that's one of my favorite technicals I've ever seen, because they didn't know, but he's doing it to his brother. I was like, yeah. But that was still funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is now that the game's over.
Yeah,
it
is now the game's over.
I guess you got to let them have a little fun.
If that's the only time you blame Jason, that's a good time to blame him.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't ever fuss at him. So, Jason.
Yeah. Golly, Jason.
Golly.
Could have been a 20-point game instead of a 10-point, or what was it, 16-point game.
We'll take them however we can get them.
I think they only scored 1 point. They scored 1 free throw and then didn't make their next bucket after they got it back.
You got any technicals on your team this year?
I don't think so. Yeah. Ella did at South Greene. That was when she got knocked flat on her back and she was laying there looking up at the lights. She scraped herself up off the floor. It should have been an one. So they throw the ball in and start running down the floor, and she's supposed to be over there cutting them off. And they call her for a block after she just got hammered. And I think she looked at the ref and she said, "What about that one right there?" And got popped.
Apparently me and Coach aren't those coaches that set them out. we can tighten up, don't we?
The ref come over there and I said, "What'd she say to you?" And he told me. That's it.
There you go.
But they shouldn't talk, the refs. I guess if you're the captain, you're supposed to be able to. I don't know.
Tyler's may have been the only one that we got as a team.
Hey, let's do this. So. We got to cut it, right? Because we have to sell stuff.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, I can do like this. All we got.
Yeah, all you got to talk about is Cloudland. We've already talked about West Greene. So if you want to see that, go refer back to the last two.
I can talk about Cloudland for her.
I can do lunch. Yeah, anybody can talk about that.
So all right. So we'll go ahead and cut the break.
Yeah.
Got to pay these sponsors first and get paid also. So we'll be right back in just a second to preview that Cloudland game here in just a minute here on Grassroots Media.
Baileyton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Baileyton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, you are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We're conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Baileyton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts? The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
My name is Robert Starnes. I'm a lifelong resident of Northern Greene County, where I currently reside here with my wife and 3 children. I was a barber in Greenville for the last 6 years, but I have recently changed locations to my new shop in Baileyton. It's at 285 Mortis Hollow Lane, Afton. I'm also a proud supporter of North Greene Athletics. Come see me for all of your men and boys grooming needs. Go Huskies!
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, TMB, BNT, whatever you want to refer to it as show. Presented by Starnes Barber, where we cover everything on the court with the North Greene Huskies basketball teams. As always, joined here with Lady
Good old Rocky Top.
Huskies coach Sam. So I'm going to go to you
Rocky
first.
Top, Tennessee.
I'll hurry, because Coach got to get to lunch.
I'm just kidding. I'll go with him first since he's got to leave. You got Cloudland coming up first.
I don't know nothing about him.
Kind of the same conversation I had with him with UH. That's a lie. It's a team that a lot of people probably expect to finish 1-2 up in the top of the conference with you all.
Oh gosh, don't leave out UNACA. They may be.
UNACA has a very good player. They have a very good player.
You said that on boys too, and I was going to say
UNACA's got a very good player too, a very good team. They do.
Yeah.
They could definitely come in there and sneak a win out of anybody, but
I think we got them next Friday, right?
I hadn't looked that far ahead.
Yeah,
like you said that one day. I'm just worried about tomorrow.
Yeah, so you're right. Cloudland's the next one, so that'll be a big one because it's a home conference game. and it may be the first one to 30 wins. That's all I've got to say about that.
I get so tickled watching them. It's the same game over and over for
Every
8 years.
Last year in that regional championship may have been a little extreme.
That was, yes.
Was it like 26-17?
Yes. I can't remember who the guy was that was also covering that game, but I walked over to him. I said, man, this might be the shortest story we ever write.
Yeah.
There ain't much you talk about with 43 total points in a game.
Yeah, at that point you start counting dribbles just to have something to...
At one point, a few years ago when we first started these, I mentioned to you that I like the high-scoring games the most.
Yeah.
They were the most fun to watch. After a while, I think I've reverted to the low-scoring games.
There's something beautiful about that.
There is, but it's easier to ride.
Yeah.
You don't have as much scoring to talk about. The 77-76 games are the ones that you kind of got to buckle down. And,
yeah, you have to think back, what happened during that little stretch, but when it's 26-17, you remember it all.
Whenever it's 8-4 at halftime, it's pretty easy to remember what happened in those games.
Well,
expect it to be a low-scoring game again?
I guess. I mean, I'd love to score 50 or 60. I just know how good they are defensively, how well coached they are. So
I know they've lost a lot, but they had a lot of young players last year in that region championship.
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit on film, and the only thing that changes, I mean, the jersey numbers are the same. It's just the kids that fill them are different, but it's, same stuff, tough, hard-nosed man-to-man defense.
Like Hampton boys, same thing.
Little, some 2-2-1 pressure, sometimes a little bit of man, full court.
That doesn't sound good.
Do a great job on the boards. They take good care of the ball. They're going to have long possessions, and you don't have to worry about them throwing one in the bleachers. They're just a disciplined offensive team. They're going to be patient and take what you give them. So if you don't give them much, they don't take much. That's why those games end up low scoring. So, I don't know. We'll see how it pans out.
I haven't. I was
kind of. Oh, no. I got to go. Boy.
I haven't seen much on Cloudland. I do know they got a big win last night. Coach, be good.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Johnson County.
Okay.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Bye. Anyway.
That's us. We're out of here.
Anyways, Cloudland coming up. Big win over Johnson County.
I think they're young. They got better at the end of last year. They got a new coach. I know he does a good job. He's a really good player himself. He's been around his whole life, so I think they'll be much improved. I got to get in here and start watching them. I had Hancock on my brain there yesterday.
Yeah.
And so I kind of go one at a time. So I haven't seen much on them. So we'll see. I know they just got a big win against Johnson County. That's pretty much all I know so far.
Their head coach now, he was an assistant somewhere before, wasn't he? Or am I thinking of a different guy?
Here you go. Last year, he was assistant at Johnson County.
Okay,
so
he just beat Johnson
must
County.
Have been a big,
that
big
must
game
have been a big game for him. I mean, understandably so. When you play the team that you used to play for, you kind of want to get one up. Even if it was a good split, you still want to try to get one.
I think there might have been a little. I hate to. Might have been.
Oh, okay. So there might have been a little animosity or something.
Bad blood, because there's a little player poaching maybe going on. I don't know. So anyway, he got the best of him. Anytime you get the best of your mentor, that's got to feel good.
That is true. That is true. They got West Greene on Saturday. We've already talked about it, of course.
I would never want to play Coach Buchanan.
What's that?
I would never want to play Coach Buchanan. I know he coaches like different girls and boys, but that'd be weird.
He's one that he knows exactly what you're probably going to run.
Coach Buchanan's the best there is right there. He ain't there no more.
He's one that I wouldn't want to coach against either. I've had that thought before. Like, if I was a coach, who would I not want to coach against? He's probably high on that list.
He's good.
He's probably very high on that list.
The guy from Cloudland's good too that he's about to play. They're two of the. This is my humble opinion, but I think they're two of the best girls coaches in East Tennessee.
Yeah, Birchfield.
He's good.
Yep. Always classic battles watching them in Cloudland. Fortunately for you, you'll get to see most of one on Friday, of course.
I like to. I get in and out quick so I can watch. I love
peek around the corner and watch.
I think it's hilarious. It's 35-33 every time.
I forgot how low scoring that region championship game was last year.
Yeah, I think they tried to hold the ball a little bit on the first quarter there, so yeah. But it would have been the same.
It was about 1:30 each possession.
Or if they didn't do that, it would have been 35-33.
Yeah. Still, nobody gets above 40 most of the time. But I believe that's all we got.
What are you covering this week?
I've got Greenville. Tuesday, Friday.
I see where you wrote a story last night on that. Were you there? Or was that Tate?
Tate, the Morristown East games.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was originally covering your game with Hancock County tonight.
I like to get in there and watch Greene. But they're kind of turning the corner, I think, just
They've
from what
got
I'm reading.
Cherokee tonight, at Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you play on Friday, so you won't get to watch them then.
Never do.
They had a good game this past Thursday.
Hey, I got a little kids tournament Saturday. We throw a plug in for them. Tennessee Blend. We're getting better.
The Blend?
The Blend.
I like that.
That's a good name.
Cool.
You seen our jerseys?
Mm-mm.
I'll show you. They're hard. They're like the old Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, the green. Or I guess that's kind of teal.
Teal. Yes.
Yeah, the Mike Bibby days.
Mm-hmm.
Big Country.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
I know Big Country.
Yeah. Who else was on that team?
There's a guy like Abdul Rahim.
Yeah. That's who it is.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
I used to play that on, I think, Nintendo 64.
Oh, wow.
You probably don't know nothing about that, do you?
I never played the 64. The earliest ones I played was the original Xbox and GameCube.
25, 6, 7.
25. About to turn 26 in a month and a half.
Wow.
I actually coincidentally fired up my old original Xbox last night just to see if it worked.
I ain't never been. I played 64 a ton, and then I was PlayStation 2, and then that's about where it ended for me.
I want to go back and play some of the old college football games. As a Texas fan, I want to go back and play with old Vince Young and see how it felt, see what nostalgia I get. Unfortunately, I popped in NCAA Football 06 last night. The disc won't work, so I got to go find a new one.
There you go. You probably find one pretty cheap.
They're actually pretty expensive,
Oh,
that one is. 06 apparently was one of the most popular. I looked at the other ones, like the early ones, like 02 and 03 you can find for like $15, but 06 is going for like $35, $40. I remember Tennessee was ranked number 2 preseason in that. All Tennessee fans love that one. They gave them a good team.
I probably had that one. I had them all.
It was one with Desmond Howard on the cover.
Okay. I remember like the first video games I started playing were like Madden's like 2002. I think it's 2 or 3. It's like I think Vic's on the front of it.
Vic was 03 or 04.
Okay. Well,
Ray Lewis was 05. I'll never forget that one because that was the first game with the hit stick. So everybody loves that one.
The one I have, I think it's regular PlayStation. It's Michael Vick. So.
Unstoppable. If you played with him. Who was more unstoppable, Michael Vick on that game or Bo Jackson on the old Tecmo Bowl?
Well, I didn't play much Tecmo. They had a tournament in here. That was before my time. I see the kids now playing it on their
Tecmo Bowl
on
mobile
phone. Yeah,
really.
Yeah, it's the thing now.
I've never played it either, but I know a lot of people that have, and they talk about how unstoppable
we had
it
a
was.
tournament down here one day, and I didn't win it. I can't remember who did, but yeah, he's unstoppable.
That'd be a good conversation. I think everybody's gonna go with Bo though, but man,
Hey, I
Michael
like
Vick was so fun to play
on
with.
the 64. There's this MLB baseball game with King Griffey Jr. on the front. Oh, it's like the best game of all time.
Pablo Sanchez has got to be the best.
That's on computer, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
he's got to be the best
well, he's the best player for sure.
video game character for baseball. I mean, he's better than Barry Bonds. He's just mashing left and right. Coach, that's all we got, though. Appreciate you once again.
Good man, Toff.
Another interview done. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, TMB, BNT, whatever you want to refer to that show, presented by Starnes Barber. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.